Oh hey, long time no see. Um, guys, I finished Mockingjay. It's time. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I think this might be the prettiest one. Kind of obsessed with her. Um, okay, quickly I'll give my thoughts on Mockingjay before we start. Um, Mockingjay was my least favorite in the trilogy. There, I said it. Um, I do feel I gave it 4.5 out of 5. But I do feel like the ending was rushed compared to what the build up was. Cal, I would agree with that. Catching Fire was number 1 for me, then Hunger Games, then Mockingjay. I just feel like the ending happened in the last 20 pages. And like while I was satisfied with the conclusion, was a bit too choppy considering how long-winded everything else has been in the lead up to it. Um, but still very much enjoyed. I don't really think there's a better way that she could have wrapped it up. Um, there's going to be spoilers incoming. 3, 2, 1. Mute if you don't want to hear them. Um, as much as like I'm all for main characters dying, did Finnick have to go? You took Sinner away from me? Did you have to take Finnick as well? I don't think you did actually. I don't think losing Finnick added anything to the plot for me. It was just a death. It was just a. I don't think they would have ever killed Gale because of like the. He has to live with what he did. Like they have to let Gale live with what he did. And I think it's better that he does live and he has to live with that guilt. I think death was too much of an easy out for him. But also, okay, as much as I hate Gale's character development and how he turns out, I do understand what made him that way. Cal, you can't even say no. He watched hundreds of people and children get murdered. I can understand the thought process that led him to be the way he became. He wanted I think the whole point of the book is that there's two, like, ways that people went. Either they wanted to, like, change the world and want better, or they wanted retribution. And he was not the only one that wanted retribution. Also, with the whole parachute situation that killed Prim, he did not sign that off. He made them, he conceptualized them with BT, but ultimately it was Coyne who approved them being dropped, not Cal. I don't know if you're misremembering that because it wasn't actually him. I'm not saying he's right, but I'm saying I understand the thought process that led him there. I understand it. You can hate him. I hate him. I don't like him as a character. But I think you can understand that a person that has been, like, oppressed for their entire life is fighting back at the system. I think I understand it. I'm not saying I agree with it, and I'm not saying that it's correct, but I understand it. Yeah, you might need to reread the books again. But also, unfortunately, if we're going to hate Gale, we also have to hate Katniss and Haymitch now as well, because they voted for another Hunger Games. And that is the exact same logic, the exact same anger and need for retribution that Gale has. So if you're gonna hate Gale, you have to hate Katniss and Haymitch as well. You can't like Katniss and Haymitch and hate Gale. Like, two things cannot exist because they're the same. They are doing the same. Calling for another Hunger Games. Cal, explain to me how it's different. Calling for another Hunger Games where you kill the Capitol's children is the same anger and need for retribution that Gale had with conceptualizing traps. It is the same bad parts of their personality. You might have convinced me to reread it. I do think it's so interesting. But yeah, you cannot hate Gale and love Haymitch and Katniss. You just can't. Because they are fundamentally the same. So Cal, what you're saying is that Haymitch's backstory gives him reason to want retribution and be angry. Which is my exact same argument for why Gale did what he did. We do have Gale's backstory. It doesn't matter that he was not on the games. He was starved. Him and his family were starved within an inch of their life. We know everything about Gale's upbringing. He had the same upbringing as Katniss. He watched his younger siblings, his family, starve. So much so that he risked his life to go and hunt food in the wild. So if you're going to excuse Haymitch's actions, that logic applies throughout. Everyone within this whole regime was oppressed. So you can't say that one is allowed to have anger and one is not. But it doesn't matter that I don't know about Haymitch's trauma, because one person's trauma is not more than another's. In this sense, they were all oppressed. I wouldn't say Gale killed people willingly. I think that's a bold statement. I think Gale was a product of his environment. But again, by that logic, you have to hate Katniss and Haymitch. Yeah, Katniss and Haymitch voting for another Hunger Games is also them choosing to willingly murder. And not only just choosing to willingly murder, but choosing to willingly murder children. Gale had no idea who his, inventions would get used against. But by this logic, you also have to hate Beetee. Because Beetee and Gale are the exact same. Exact same. But Katniss and Haymitch knew that children would be used in the Capitol Hunger Games. So they also willingly chose to kill, and also willingly chose to kill children. In fact, the only two people with any integrity by the end of Mockingjay are Peter and Annie. They are the only two characters who stayed true to themselves throughout the 3 books. It doesn't matter, they're not the same. They're the only two people with integrity. They're the only two out of that whole group that voted against the games. They're the only two that want a different world. I am arguing with 14-year-old you, but 14-year-old you's logic is flawed, I fear. Because ultimately, all of them are the same and want retribution, except for Peter and Annie, that want a better world. They are the only two that values have not changed based on their experiences. They are the only two. Finnick would not have voted for another games. Annie says this in the book. She says, I am voting, and Finnick would not want this. But anyway, I think the book was flawed because I think the ending was bad. But as I said, I'm not a Gale sympathizer. But I don't think that Gale is any different to Katniss or Haymitch by the end. Both were willing to kill innocent people for their cause. Hobbit, I think the ending was perfect, but I think it was just a little bit too rushed. Guys, it is not for you to decide if Finnick would have said yes or no, because Annie, who is his, like, literal love of his life, closest person to him alive, said that he would not. He would want an end to the suffering. But neither are you, Teresa. But yeah, Mockingjay ending I liked, but I just think it shouldn't have happened in the last 20 pages when the book was 400 pages. I just think it was a little bit too quick. Someone get Susie on the phone. But yeah, my final thoughts on that trilogy is that the only two people with integrity left in this book are Peter and Annie. And that all of the other characters are completely lost in, like, they're blind with vengeance. I don't like Peter, but he's still the only one with integrity. I can not like Peter and say that he's one of the only characters with integrity in the books. Do I think he had, like, as strong of a character arc as any of the other characters? No. Do I think his personality was compelling? No. But is he one of two people with integrity by the end of the books? Yeah, I would say so. Anyway, we're starting Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes now. Yeah, no, Hobbit, and I agree with that. But my point was before you came that if you hate Gale, you have to hate Haymitch and Katniss as well. Because fundamentally, they do the same thing. Gale creates and invents things that later go on to be used to kill children. Haymitch and Katniss both vote in favour of a Hunger Game for the Capital's children. Both people had actions in wanting to kill children. The only reason I think people don't hate Katniss and Haymitch more is, one, because they're main characters, and two, because the Hunger Games Capital Edition didn't ever happen. If she wrote a third book of this one saying that of the Capital Hunger Games, like, say it happened and it was the Capital children in there, you guys would then start to feel empathy and sympathy for the children in there, and then you would hate Katniss and Haymitch. So the only thing that fundamentally makes Haymitch and Katniss different to Gale is that one of the actions were followed through. That's all I'm saying. I think Gale was a product of his, suffering. Do I like him as a character? No, absolutely not. Do I actually hate what he became? Yes. Do I think he's inherently evil? No. Trauma. Okay, anyway, I'm going to run an ad and then we're going to start on the stints. He's absolutely the product of his suffering, but he's there to show the side of the just war theory and the decision that Katniss has to make her own worldview. Yeah. So, Hobbit, my point is more that, like, blind hatred for Gale, in my opinion, is flawed. Because you have to, like, sit and understand what caused people to become this way. And I feel like people lack empathy for Gale because of how the books end. I think I have empathy for all of them because they all suffered. And the result of the end of the books is just how they dealt with their suffering and how they thought they needed to fight for a better world. I don't think any of them are inherently evil. And I think that's the issue I have. Okay, ad has 10 seconds and then we'll start. Oh, wait, we need to do tasks. Okay. Read 25 mins. Read 25 mins. Who wants a task? I'm gonna start fresh. Can read 25 mins. Of course, Rosie. What would you like to add? Zoya. Read 10 pages. Kirst, read 3 chapters. Nicolene, read 30 pages. Eleanor, read 25 mins. Camel, 30% of book. Celia, read 3 chapters. Rosie, fill out health form. Raz, begin secret project. Ominous. I'm just relaxing, I think, this stint and maybe baking brownies. Migraine is brewing. Oh no, Alice. Make sure you drink lots of water. Make sure you turn your lights down. And please just rest up. If you need some like non-screen time as well, maybe go lay down and like close your eyes for a little bit. Right, guys, we're starting. Full 25 minutes, 5-minute break, 25 minutes on, 5-minute break. And we'll probably do 2 cycles of these. See you soon. Okay. We're in. It feels really interesting going to read about snow now. Like, after going through all of the turmoil in the first 3 books caused by snow, like reading his backstory, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I've seen the film, so I know roughly. But obviously, books go into a lot more detail. Have to take Sam to work, so please leave mine. I have a chap to go. Still to hit 3. Perfect. I leave you on, Kirst. I did 25 minutes. Did anyone have any... Han, you did yours. Perfect. Zoya finished your pages. Eleanor, you read and will read more. Perfect. Who else did we have? Did yours, Celia? Perfect. Of course, Rosie, I leave you on. Wait, hang on. Eleanor, we've just added it on again. Raz, Rosie, we're leaving on. Camel, not done with mine, I leave you on. Nicoline, we just added again. Curse, we're leaving on. Does anyone else want extras adding? Keep it on? Okay, perfect. Of course, Sawyer, what would you like? Also, hi, Tej. What would you like to do, Zoya? Just saw another co-op stream. They have command book add. Okay, we could definitely do that. I'd have to like look up how you do it. Celia, read 30 pages. Make iftar. Oh, iftar. Wait. There we go. Okay, perfect. Any more for any more? Yeah, Alice, I'll have to figure out how I do that. But yes, we could definitely do that. We'd need people to like maybe catch up with it off stream because obviously if you've read however many books already in Jan and Feb. Also, my fave word from the A section of my dictionary just showed up in my book I'm reading. I screamed like I just seen a celebrity. Hobbit, don't be shy. Spill the word. Spill the description. I'm trying to make shawarma for the first time ever, so I hope it goes well. I've seen so many good recipes for that recently. I need to start trying out more recipes that I see. Also, Kenichi, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Is it aardvark? No, because I need to know before we start the next stint what the word is. I've seen so many good vids for it, but I'm craving it so bad, but I've never tried it. Or all you can do is try. Atavistic. And what does that mean? How does one not take sports personally? My body doesn't know the difference between Canada losing and being shot 87 times. See, I wish I was like that into something, because I feel like I'm not. Even like VCT is like the only sporting thing that I really watch, right? And even then, like, you know, I'm sad if my team loses, but I'm not that fussed. Do you know? Like, I wish I had something I was like passionate about. It means related to the feelings, attitudes, and behaviour of humans in ancient times that have been passed on to modern humans as habit or instinct. Well, now it might be my favourite word. I used to be that into chess, but then my grandmother... then the grandmaster was in... Well, I don't know why I have that as grandmother. I used to be into chess, but then the grandmaster was in such flop here, it gave me the most severe ick ever. Oh, no. I'm a middle-aged dad era watching The Apprentice. I was watching... Okay, wait, guys, I need to pause while I tell you this, right? I was watching in the break while I was eating my jacket potato. I was watching the final like 15 minutes of Grey's Anatomy episode that I'd started. Sam came and sat and watched it with me and asked me a question about it every 30 seconds. Because he doesn't watch it and he doesn't like it. So he sat and he asked me questions every 30 seconds about what was happening in the episode. And I was getting so stressed out because I was like, you don't even care. Anyway, see you guys in 25 minutes. Okay, I'm 54 pages in. The writing of this is like the text is definitely smaller. So I don't think I'll read quite as many in each stint as in the other books. Tasks, did anyone manage any tasks in that stint? Celia, Zoya, Eleanor, Raz, Rosie, Camel, Nicolene, Kirst. I'm gonna go put the kettle on quickly because I think I want a tea. Guys. I didn't realise I was still muted. I was like, you've done yours, you've done yours. Okay, Zoya, Raz, because Raz is still working, Kirst's still working on it. Zoya, you gotta start cooking now? Perfect. I am gonna add my next two reading ones on. We've been locked in today. Thought you were practicing lip syncing. I was watching my mouth trying to see if you were actually speaking. I felt so weird. I was talking to you all. I'm so sorry. Does anyone want tasks adding for the next round? I've nearly read half my book. I read half of Mockingjay and I'm already like 10% through. Just under 10% through. This one. This is definitely longer. This is like just over 500 pages. And the text is smaller than the other two. Eleanor, read 25 mins. Camel. Oh, what did I do there? Read 25 mins. Nicolene. Read 30 pages. No Hobbit. This set doesn't have Sunrise on the Reaping, but I'm gonna buy the collector's edition of that one and then have like a pretty version of that and then the matching set of the other four. For some reason none of the pretty ones have Sunrise of the Reaping, only the like the ugly covers. Rosie, tidy desk. Anne, read 30 pages. Celia, 50 pages, and that'll last both stints. Perfect. Right, let me go quickly make my tea, guys, and then we're going to do another 50 minutes, essentially. 2 25-minute stints. Oh my god, we are locked in today. How long will this be in total? 50 minutes, 1 hour 40, 2 hours 15, 2 hours 40, 3 hours 10, 3 hours 35, 4 hours. 4 hours of like solid reading. Yeah, I'm gonna get the special. I'm gonna get this. This is what I want to buy. So I'm gonna get this one. And then these 4 will match. And then I'll have this one. And it has got like flowers on it, so it doesn't match, but it kind of fits at least. Okay, quickly make a tea. Wait, what is happening about paperback editions? I know one's coming out later this year, but I'd rather just buy the pretty hardback one, I think. I'll probably Kindle read Sunrise on the Reaping, but buy the pretty hardback. Because I'm just a girl and I'm not going to read the pretty hardback, obviously. But yeah, I very much doubt they're going to come out with a matching one of this. If they do, I'll probably just buy that one as well and just have it as like a little display on my shelf. But yeah, I'm going to buy the pretty hardback. Anyway, guys, I'm going to lock straight back in for another round of stints. And this will be our last round of stints for the day. And then I'm just going to have a bit of a chill evening, get some housework done. So yeah, I shall see you guys in 25 minutes. Page 85. Oh yeah, I'm reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So it's not actually the Hunger Games trilogy. It's one of the prequels to the story. It's about President Snow's upbringing, which reading this directly after finishing Mockingjay is interesting, but I am enjoying it so far. I've heard that some people didn't enjoy this book because it's about President Snow, but I think learning about like a villain's backstory is so interesting, and I love like that. I love reading or like watching about like a villain's backstory. It's interesting to find out what turned them evil, or if they were just evil all along. I think in terms of like reading about a villain is exciting. Is it Stenko? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Also, hi Kennedy, welcome in. Yeah, we've been reading all day. We went live on this channel just before 12, did 2.5 stints, then had lunch, then came back to do another 2. So we've got one more 25 minutes left for today. I've done my 25. Did anyone... Celia, Anne, Rosie, Nicolene, Camel, Eleanor, Zoya, Raz, Kirst, how did you get on? Kirst, you did your 3. You'll take 2 more. I've been working all day, no fair. I will be putting the VODs up on YouTube. I actually haven't spoke about YouTube today. So if you're not already subscribed on YouTube, I do put all of the past stints up here. I'll be scheduling them for the coming week. Eleanor, you did your 25. Do you want 20? Oh, you do want more. Eleanor, read 25 mins. Camel, you're done. Do you want more? Still tidying will carry on. Perfect, Rosie. Nicolene, you did your 30. Read 30 pages. Continue as perfect. Camel, read for 25 mins. Guys, can I just say, we've done you guys have done 53 tasks today. I've done 9. Today has been a slay. One more 25 minutes, Kennedy, and then I feel like I need to go like de-stream, have some dinner. And like get some house stuff done, ready for a week of work. So yeah, we're doing one more 25 minutes. It's been a huge day. Nearly, if everyone finishes their task, then that'll be 62 currently done today. 62 tasks. I'm on my 17th chapter of my new book today. I feel so accomplished. Slay. Kennedy, 25 minutes of reading. Perfect. Read 25 mins. There we go. I've always completed the roof of my house. Slay. Yeah, how many pages have I read today? It will have been 200 plus. I've read about 284 pages today. She's feral. She's feral, Your Honor. And that's so far. Obviously, we'll probably do like another 25 or so pages. So we'll be ending the day on over 300 pages read, which feels very productive. And that does take me up to 15 books so far of this year. Is it 15 or is it 16? Fifteen so far. This will be my 16th, and I'm also currently reading my 17th, which is my IRL book club. Okay. Just for the reading you lot have done. We'll definitely be doing more next weekend. Right, see you in 25. Okay, guys, I finished my chapter with like 50 seconds left, so I paused it there. I'm at page 114. So I've made a good dent. I'm 20% through, basically. Why the hell has Goodreads signed me out? Let me in. I'm trying to update my apps before we end. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Currently reading. And where's the edition that I'm reading? This one. Update progress. Page 114. Slay. 21% through. I'll take that. We read 50% of one book and 20% of another. So essentially we've read 70% of a book today, which feels sensational. Before we end, does anyone want to tick off the tasks that they've done? Anne, you did your 30 pages. Perfect. Kirst, you did your 2 chapters. I'm at 289 of 368 and I started today. Let's go, Nicolene. Kennedy, you did yours. Perfect, Nicolene, you did yours. I'm at 82% and I started today. Guys, we have slayed today. We have absolutely slayed. Celia, you did yours. Okay, who have we got still? Camel, Rosie, Zoya, Raz. How did we get on? If you're still here, of course. So, you finished, Rosie? Perfect. That's all good. Solid progress. Well, you've begun the secret project, so I'm ticking you off. I think I'll make dinner and finish mine when that's all complete. Slay. I think it was just a reading day today. It was a reading day. I just felt like reading. We are going to call it there. I'm going to go have some dinner and like move away from my PC for a little bit. Just because I have been live for 6 hours. Okay. Let's go find another co-worker to raid. We always raid co-working on this channel. Just because I like to show some love to someone else who's reading or working, and that way if any of you guys want to carry on, then you have someone to work or read with. There is actually another person reading. So maybe let's go here. Katie. I feel like I've raided Katie before. I can't remember. Wait, she's reading, but she's so close to the end of her book. She is so unbelievably close to the end of her book. So I shall send you guys here. Thank you for today. It was a lovely time with you. Thank you so much, Anne. It's been so nice having you. We do reading streams here every weekend. I am really wanting to do an evening stream through the week, but work is kicking my butt at the minute. And I'm already struggling to keep on top of my other channel's streams. So maybe they'll come back soon, hopefully. If not, we do reading here every weekend. For anyone who doesn't know, I do also have a second channel that we do cozy gaming on. We play like Stardew, Animal Crossing, Minecraft, Disney Plus, not Disney Plus, Disney Dreamlight. So if anyone likes cozy gaming that is new here and would like to follow my other channel, we also do have a YouTube account that I upload all of our past stints to. So if you ever feel like working or being productive and I'm not live, oh, why is that playing out loud? Then that is there for you as a resource as well. So if you do feel like subscribing, please do feel free. Okay, I'm going to send you guys over to Katie, who, like I said, is doing some co-reading as well. And that way, if anyone wants to carry on reading their books, you have somewhere cozy to go and do that. But thank you so much for hanging out. Proud of you all for getting so much reading done today. Yes, I'm so proud of you all. We've done so many tasks between us. It is insane. So I hope you're all super proud of yourself. Next main channel stream is going to be on Wednesday. I have an appointment tomorrow evening, and then Tuesday, I need to get a food shop delivered and like meal prep and stuff for the week, since I'm not home in the evening tomorrow. So Tuesday, I'm going to do that. So Wednesday will be the next main channel stream. I'll put the full schedule in the Discord, if anyone's interested tomorrow. And also, if you want to send a cute little raid message to Katie. Do I have non-sub raid here? Maybe I do. Yes, I do. Then please do feel free to join in with the raid. I would appreciate it. And yes, go show some love to Katie. Have a lovely rest of your weekends, and thank you so much for hanging out. Mwah! Goodbye.